Here, sure. All right, all right, all right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Okay, my name's Justin Wilson, President's team. Normally when I come on here, guys, I am teaching a skill or teaching a system. I'm usually just teaching how do we do this, how do we do that, over and over. It seems to have been my role in this. Tonight, I take on a different role, and I'm very excited to bring that to you. Tonight, we're not going to just talk about um, how to perform everything. We're gonna give you some proof in the numbers. We're gonna give you some dispel a few myths. We're gonna talk about a few things that I think everybody from the brand new coach on here to the tab team and the press team need to get a grasp on. And I want to make sure that I share tonight my personal numbers as well, which I'm going to share with you in just a little bit. First, I want to start with a couple of myths. I keep hearing a couple of things being said to me around the country. Can this be done if you're not ripped out and a Latino? I'm not ripped out by any means, unless my stomach is ripping out my shirt. But you don't have to be perfect to do this. Everybody thinks you have to have a social media presence to do it. There's a lot of this going on. We think that we have to have this incredible social media presence. Please understand that when we get on here, we teach different methods because there are different methods being used. First of all, give me a fire or something in the chat to make sure you guys can hear me. It'd be awful embarrassing if I was talking to myself. Perfect. Oh, I'll see you, Neilani. All right. Okay. So the myths that I'm getting is that you have to be a certain type of person. I literally had someone in my own organization ask me today, don't you have to be like a certain weight or a certain before you can coach in this? In my organization, I have. Do you know how frustrating it is to hear that even in my own organization, I'm over here and have not made it abundantly clear that this truly can be for anybody to coach in. This does not have to be, you do not have to be ripped out. Listen, is it designed for you to attract the person that's already physically advanced? Yes, it is. But it's not just for those people. Look at the winners in our challenges, guys. There are more people losing weight and winning than there are transforming in muscle and winning as far as overall numbers go. We have both. But how can you we can't justify or think that it you have to be a certain size or meet a certain criteria to coach in our challenge. That's not correct. This is to bring a challenge and a system to everyone to change 1 million lives. If you are coaching this, if you're an Herbalife distributor, you're on this call, then you are eligible 100% to be a coach. So I wanted to dispel that myth today because it just keeps popping up. And I think it's obvious why people are talking to me about it because I'm not uh, I'm not fully formed physically. I'm fully formed. I just have a long way to go to get to the place that I want to be physically. Um, it's a work in progress. Now, having said that, and before I get into the ways that we're doing things, I want to talk about the success that we do transformations. Because one of the other things I keep hearing is, well, is this working for anybody? I've heard some people say, is anybody changing pins? Is anybody actually having growth with this? Or is this just the same old kind of challenge that it always is, where we keep getting the same customers over and over? So I feel like it's important. I love that Tracy Johnson got on here and shared some of her numbers and some of the vision for what's going on with her team. If you caught that call, if you didn't, make sure you go watch it. But I'm going to share some things with you. If you're paying attention, if you're, I don't know how many people's on here. Um, hopefully we got at least 100. But if you're on here and you're not tab team and your tab team's not on here, I want you to share this with your tab team. So get ready to write. If your tab team and your downlines are not on here, I want you to share this with them. Of all the things I've ever shared on here, I believe this to be the most important. So I want you to write it down, comprehend it, and understand it. First, I want to tell you that I made President's Team in 18 months. Listen, this is on a recorded line, and honesty for greatness is what I believe in. Made President's Team in 18 months. Man, we shot through the roof. But I also want you to know there came a point in time in my career that we went from Pres Team down to Get Team in 90 days. So some of you guys that are suffering through things and grinding and thinking, oh my gosh, my business is suffering. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Is this really for me? Listen, we've all experienced that, and it's business. You got to understand something. This isn't a business that is exempt from ups and downs or from markets or from people or from things around the world. This is still a business. How we work it, how we attack it, the plans that we make, all of these things factor in. So I wanted to start the call telling you that and explain this. I hit President's Team in 2021. So I'm going to use 2022, following that, 2023, and 2024. I'd like for you to write this stuff down. First of all, how I hit President's Team was mostly through straight recruitment, wellness evaluations, and then we added nutrition clubs in the 12th and 13th month. But in 2022, for an organization that was absolutely known for recruiting, in all of my top 6 lines for the entire year of 2022, get ready for it. We only had 82 distributors that year, the whole year. But it gets worse. And it gets worse because at the end of 2022, I met these guys from Miami, and they put this idea in my head that we can do something better. And we started turning our organization into We Do Transformations. And I remember calling Jorge and saying, man, this ain't working for me. It's not working at all. And he said, what do you mean it's not working? I said, I mean, it is not working for me. Can y'all hear me now? I don't know what happened. I hope so. Okay. So I said, Jorge, it's not working for me. He said, what do you mean it's not working? I said, it's not working. I come back, I introduced it to everybody, and it's just not working. And he said, man, it's going to take you 6 months to get any traction, like anything else. How long did it take you to hit Get Team? And I said, man, my first cut was 5 months. He said, right. So that's traction because we think in tab team, first cut tab team, that's real traction. Okay, I'm with you. Well, while I'm trying to get real traction in 2023, let me tell you what happened. I couldn't get any traction with my people. We love nutrition clubs. We're very comfortable in nutrition clubs. And then I had another talk with Jorge, and he said, well, listen, man, instead of trying to convince your old organization that has been depleted and is shrinking, why don't you go out and get a new organization at the same time and prove it with them, and your old organization will catch on and catch up? Greatest plan I ever heard. And listen, guys, we need these leaders. We need these leaders in our life. It doesn't matter what we've accomplished. I guarantee you, Jorge has people that he listens to as well. But listening to him and getting all fired up, here's what happened in 2023. All 6 lines, we only had 68 distributors. So it went down. And I'm over here working my tail end off, I feel like. And I'm not getting much traction. But as we roll into 2024, some things started to happen at the end of 2023 because a large portion of that 68 was happening in the fourth quarter. By the way, we're rolling into the fourth quarter. Please pay attention. In 2020, I had my biggest recruiting jump in the fourth quarter. In 2021, biggest recruiting jump in the fourth quarter. 2023, biggest recruiting jump in the fourth quarter. If you're not recruiting in the fourth quarter, we're making a mistake. Now here we are in 2024. I've been telling you the numbers for my top 6 lines. Let me share the top 3 lines through 8 months in 2024. Through 8 months, 75 in my top 3, which means we're on pace for 112, which means we're doubling virtually from last year. And that's without the increase in the fourth quarter. Additionally, I want you to know of those 75, 64 of them are actually in my top 2 because the man said, go get a new organization and your old organization will catch on. Well, here's the thing. Some of my older organizations on here, and hopefully they smile with pride rather than feel like I'm talking bad about them, because my old organization did start to catch on. They started to see what's going on. And I want to give you this. In my last 3 months, on my front line, just on my front line over the last 3 months, 4 new supervisors on my front line, 2 new qualified producers on my front line, 3 new active world teams on my front line, and 1 person in their 3rd cut of get this month. We have other people that have moved up, but that's the movement that I feel like is the most important on my front line right now. I have other distributors that are moving on my front line, no doubt. Want to know what all these people have in common and what I have in common with them? Every one of them uses We Do Transformations, but we need to talk about how we use it. Guys, there are so many people that have this misconception. I need to scrap everything. I'm throwing it all out. I'm going to get rid of it. Listen, if you got to a certain 10 level by being great at something and you want to scrap it and throw it out, then I don't, you know what? You're silly. Listen, I'm tired of whitewashing and sugarcoating. I don't talk. I'm going to talk to you guys like you're my team. That's not very smart. If you get to a certain level and you just throw everything out, that's not very smart. We did not create this. When I say created loosely, it was not created to be a replace everything scenario. Everybody's looking for a magic pill. The magic pill is work. We need to work. They used to say all the time, everything works if you work it. Well, nothing works if you don't work. I can tell you that right now. But how you use this is important. Let me start with this. Tab team, here it comes. If you've got downline that you're not talking to every day about being a transformation coach, in my opinion, you're making a mistake. I don't care what you do in this business. In my opinion, you're making a mistake. I feel like I have data to prove it. I feel like I have data to back it up. Because don't forget, we're in nutrition clubs as well. We recruit. I mean, as far as the Dan Waldron line, we're obviously recruiting as good as anybody. So we recruit pretty well. We're in nutrition clubs. We do pretty well. I need you guys to understand, we're not going to give up what got us here. If you're nutrition clubs, we're not throwing away a nutrition club to be a transformation coach. No, no, no. The beautiful thing about this is it was built. I want to read my. I apologize. I'm trying to do too many things with this. Okay, I want to read this because I wrote a couple things down for you guys. This was built as a complete system to integrate or overlay every DMO. You guys have heard me say overlay, overlay, overlay. Man, I don't want to be talking over anybody's head. So let me just explain something. It's not built to replace nutrition. It's not built to replace fit camps. It's not built to replace social media. It's not built to replace anything. It's built to integrate to everything. It's built as a tool. It is built as a tool to obtain a starting point on conversations that lead into all methods of operation. What I mean by that is we hear Eric Worre talking about all business is conversation. Well, if all business is conversation and you're not having conversations, you're unemployed. We do transformations is the easiest universal conversation starter that I have found in this business. Guys, we can talk about it in a gym. We can talk about it in Walmart. We can talk about it in the parking lot, at the gas pump. Nutrition clubs, we got to stop jacking around. We have a cheat code. We can talk about it at the counter. I should take you over there and show you the sign-up list from today. We just put the sign-up list out because now we're having too many people in the nutrition club to have conversations. So we have a sign-up list next to the flyer. I think there's 6 new names just from today without much conversation. But that's going to get us into a conversation. We need to understand this gets us into a conversation. We do transformations, gets us into clients on products. We do transformations, gets us into preferred members. We do transformations, gets us into conversations to become a transformation coach, which is a distributor. Okay, so let's get raw and real with each other. I don't have this pre-approved, but you know what? I'm tired of sugarcoating shit, stuff. If I was Jorge, I could get away with that. I'm tired of sugarcoating stuff. Here's the real of the real. If you think that I am out here building a social media presence on Instagram, taking a bunch of awesome videos and taking my shirt off and building some stuff and hanging out on the beach, you're crazy. I'm not. Should I? Probably, but I'm not. Because that's an entire monster that I'm not prepared to do. The monster that I'm prepared to do is in nutrition clubs, in person, everywhere I go, ready to have a conversation. My conversations have gotten easier to recruit people, easier by using We Do Transformation as a conversation starter. Every tab team, everybody that ever gets in, that has new people ever get in this business, if we don't introduce them into transformation coach, do you understand, guys? I know this may sound like a rear end shoe, and I hope it doesn't come across like that, but if it does, I'm not offended at all either. So here's what I want you to know. Every skill that you've got to teach your people, it's built. Straight up, it's built. Why do you think we have scripts? So that they understand how to have conversations with people. Why do you think we have these videos that are elaborate teaching this languaging? I'm telling you right now, I got asked by somebody, why don't you show the video? Well, number one, the Jorge video, like I said, don't care if they never put me back on. I'm here to tell the truth. The bottom line is this. I was in the room when that video was written, not recorded, written, the language written for it. I was in the room with other guys in here arguing it out, writing that for you guys, trying to get it perfect for you guys. So I don't need Jorge to pitch it for me every time because it's in my brain. You know why? I've watched the video a bunch. I helped write part of it, or helped argue part of it, I guess I should say. And then I went and memorized all of that stuff because I played it over and over until it became natural for me. That's what we're hoping for all of you to do with the app. But here's what's going on. We got people bailing out. We got people saying, it doesn't work for me. I got a question. Here's the real of the real. See, this may be a We Do Transformation call, but here comes an Herbalife. Here comes an Herbalife Prez team moment. If that doesn't work for you, what was working for you a while ago? What was working for you last month? What was working for you 6 months ago? What was working for you a year ago? If you didn't have anything that was really moving the needle, that was really going at it, here's the deal. You didn't have anything you felt confident in working. So grab this thing, get the languaging, get the videos, get them in your head, practice it every day, and make sure we go out there and use it. But what we're doing is we're using it as an excuse. Now, new people on here, listen, I'm a fired up guy. You guys, some of you guys have never met me, never been around me. This isn't me pissed off. This is me every day. My team, you should be on my team. They really don't love it every day. Um, but I am excited, guys. So thanks, Nailani. I am excited that the people that are using it, the people that are selling out, that are going all in. Okay, let me explain. I wrote this down. To get everything that you ever hope for, you have to go all in with everything that you are. Period. You have to go in with everything that you are. This can be used as a standalone system. When we wrote it, when it was designed to be a standalone system. And then we designed it further and further and further. And man, I can't even, it's been so long since I've been part of the design. You got Lauren over there and Octavio over there doing some stuff with the app design team. It's so far beyond what we started out to do. It's taken on almost a life of its own. The question is, are you taking on the life that you deserve with the things that we're giving you? That's all you non-rookies, not new people that are coaches. Ask yourself, is your pen moving? Is your needle moving? When I say both, it's your needle and your pen. Is your pen changing? Do you see that in your future? Can you map that out? If you listen, man, we love Lauren. Sometimes Lauren a little slow. She's a little slow on this deal, man. We want stuff right when they introduce it. They introduced the 841. Man, how long did it take us to get that graphic? Jeez, I wanted it in like 2 hours. Took her just a little bit longer. So we can blame her. But now who do we blame? Lauren gave us that graphic. If you don't have it as your screensaver on your laptop, memorizing it every day, if you're not going to bed understanding the math of 841, and if you're on this call, you're going, what the heck is 841? Perfect. Get with your upline, find out. We're going to go over it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because some of these numbers that we hit before we knew what 841 is. But you can bet right now that these new coaches of mine, their focus is eight. Eight? Man, they're acting like that's nothing. 8 new challengers? Because if they can get 8, we know dang good and well we're good enough at getting distributors that if you give me 8 shots, or my front lines that are coaching people 8 shots, then I guarantee you we're getting at least one converted. Guaranteed. Don't care where we're at in the world. That's going to happen. 841. And now I'm going to say something. If you start at plane zero, brand new people, and you get that 841 plan and you stick to it like glue. In a perfect world, if everybody duplicates, when I say a perfect world, because that's what they said, and you know what? I'm really tired of being somebody's puppet, so I'm going to say what I really mean. Here's the truth. The truth is, if it works at a really terrible level, 841 is going to come true. 841 is not a perfect scenario. That's watered down so dadgum far that anybody that tries hard every day can do it. That's why it was introduced. That's why those numbers were introduced, because everybody can achieve it. So if we teach that, and we teach it systematically, press teams, tab teams, world teams, if we teach this systematically, that's the goal, no matter what, minimum. If you get good at it, double it. If you're Tracy Johnson, quadruple it, or however many times that is. Dang, I guess it's like times 8. I don't even know what that is. Listen, if you do that, then I'm here to tell you that I don't know if you guys know this, but at the end of 1 year, 12 months, I understand they're talking about all this volume, all this stuff. Let me make it really simple, clear. If you go 841 and you're one person the next month, you teach them to do 841 and you do 841 again. Basically, you're just rolling 8 and then keeping 4. 8 challenges, keep 4 and convert 1 to distributor. And then teach them to do it the next month. Let me make sure you understand something super, super, super ultra clear. Guys, 841 at the end of 12 months, I don't care about your pen level. It doesn't matter to me. I mean, they can debate volume, they can debate who orders. You can come up with all the hypotheticals. Let me make sure you understand it's 2,048 distributors. 2,048 distributors. I'll tell you what, you can debate however much volume you want. You can debate numbers all day long, but if it works at the bare essential of 841, it's 2,048 distributors. I don't know how many clients. I got tired of doing the math, and I'm real good at math. It's a bunch. But here's what I know. If you give me 2,048 distributors, I'm going to run the world. I'm telling you, you give me 2,048 distributors, arrogant sounding or not, I promise you this, I will be sitting next to some of those top pins for it out there real soon. 841, if you're not teaching it, if it fails miserably at half, it's 1,024 distributors. If it's only 25% as good as they say, it's 512 distributors. And if we really don't duplicate very well, it's 256 distributors. Only 1 out of 8 people. And our numbers say that 1 out of 4 to 1 out of 5 will do it. That's our average through the country. So North America, listen up. 841, we got to get on it. We got to stop acting like it's a standalone system. If we don't have an Instagram, social media presence, some of us are sitting on the couch. Some of my friends are on this call. Some of my friends at Press Team are on this call. They sit on the couch too much. Sit on the doggone couch too much, hoping that this is going to fall. That 841 is going to fall in their lap. They never get face to face with anybody. They don't build a relationship, and they wonder why people fall off, disappear, or they just can't get them. Guys, I understand social media works. It absolutely does. But the faster you can get a relationship with your people that you attract through social media, the better off you're going to be. Let's go to work. And Press Teams, I'm challenging you, not calling you out because I got so much respect for all of you guys. Here's the thing. I'm challenging you to get your tab team in this game, to finish the fourth quarter, the rest of the year, with the most transformation coaches you've ever had in your org. The absolute highest percentage that you've ever had of the distributors in your org as transformation coaches. And let's work the 8-4-1 plan. And I will guarantee you, if you do those two things by March, somebody's going to be calling me on the phone and saying, I know you were an a-hole on that call, but oh my gosh, that worked. And it's okay. I can be the resident a-hole. I'm good with that. It's been that way for about 25 years. Now, here's what I need you guys also to understand. Standalone system, great. I'm talking about getting face-to-face. Yes, high touch. That's exactly where I'm at, Tracy Johnson. Network marketing is what we're in. Network marketing starts with your network. Your network first. I want to give you guys some clues and some tips on this. Why? Here's why, y'all. Because if we're going to make mistakes getting good at this, we want to make it with the people who care about us the most, who are the most forgiving. And I'm telling you right now, if you will do that, you will get so many people with confidence. Because you know who they're the most scared of? The people that are the most forgiving. So it works both ways. They get the most forgiving people out of their network that still jump in, still support them, still go get great results, and probably even become distributors on their team. But more importantly, for them, they get that confidence and get over that fear hump. Most people aren't scared of talking to the general public about this. They're scared of talking to their friends and family. So if we can get in contact with them and work their network, the training that comes out of that, the paid training that comes out of that, because they're going to buy from them. They're getting paid to make mistakes so that they can sharpen up. You know, they say, oh, you got to trip, you got to fall, you got to experience it. You got to do all these things. Well, where are we going to do them where it's the most forgiving and nobody criticizes us? In our network where people still love us. That's the, almost got me right there. Anyway, that's the trick of this thing. The trick is you're getting them over the fear and giving them confidence in their skills in their hardest market, but we know it's hardest market in their mind, but we know it's actually their easiest market. That's where they're going to make the mistakes. Then we're going to unleash them with skills on the rest of the world, expanding their network. And when I say expanding their network, if you're a social media person, let me be clear. Your network is your social media. That is your reach as well. I understand you guys have massive reach. Don't get confused out there, people. I'm not completely lost on the concept. But if you don't have 10,000 followers or 20,000 or 30,000, then maybe we ought to get 15 people we know. And let's start there, getting our 841, 841, 841. But I know this. If we sit on that couch and talk about, man, they got 1.5 million followers over there. They look good. Oh my gosh. Did you see Jorge's picture when he was 30 and then when he was 35? Oh my gosh. No wonder people want to. Man, I don't even want to look at Jorge when he looks better at 35 than 30. Not everybody's excited about that. You don't have to be that. That guy cooked steak with his shirt off. I know because I've been there and watched him do it. Listen to me. We don't have to be them to be successful. You have to be you in action to be successful. I'll say it for you one more time. You only have to be you in action to be successful. I'm so serious about this, you guys. Get yourself in action according to the plan 841. Fail as many times as you need to get that 841. But the magic pill is there are no shortcuts. The magic pill is work. It doesn't matter how dirty that 4-letter word is. It doesn't matter. Quit shying away from it. Quit running from it. Because at the end of the day, it's not something you can avoid. It's something that we're going to have. And I am telling you, you can use it as a standalone. You can use it as an integration. All of the things, we're not giving up any of those things. I want to make sure you think about this, okay? I want to make sure I get this right because I wrote it down for you. If you're not using We Do Transformation, then you have to decide what you actually have. And man, if Herbalife calls me, that's fine. Hopefully everybody understands what I'm about to say. You have to understand what you actually have. What are we left with? We're not doing We Do Transformation. What are we left with? Incredible products. Absolutely. Incredible marketing plan. Absolutely. A nutrition club, a fit camp. All those things are amazing. I know we have to agree on that because that's what we all do. But let me ask you this, as good as all of those things are, can we not unanimously agree that every one of those are better when you put the icing on the cake that is We Do Transformations? Whenever you ice that cake and you add this layer, a challenge that is a $500 to $700 value that just keeps getting better and better. $500 to $700, such an undervalue at this point. The app's incredible. The marketing materials are incredible. You cannot lose, and you can use it any 55 different ways that you choose, but choose to use it. Because right now, what we're choosing to do is wait till we get somebody interested and then we go sign up. Tab team, have a meeting. You know, Eric has you guys have emergency meetings. It's the fourth quarter about to start. If you don't think it's an emergency, I want you to look at where you was in January, look at where you were in August, and tell me, are we in an emergency? Because if we don't do it right now, next year's going to be a whole bunch of the same thing. We're in an emergency. Maybe some of you aren't. Maybe some of y'all are rocket shipping. Maybe some of y'all know you're about to change 2 major pins. Some of us know that. But here's the thing. If we're not, then we're in an emergency. Have an emergency meeting. Tell them, here's the deal. Whatever we're great at, whatever we do, let's integrate and overlay We Do Transformations with every distributor. Let's go now. Let's sign up. And then let's all go hard for 6 months together. 841, 841, 841. Teach it. Have meetings. Train it. Have calls. Train it. 841, 841, 841. Man, go to sleep thinking that's the lottery number. I don't give a crap. Buy into it. Because you know what it is? It's just a way to parallel our marketing plan. It is so beautifully written. The marketing plan is so beautifully written. 841 is so beautifully written. You cannot fail if you go and execute that. But I'll tell you what you can fail at. You can absolutely fail by sitting around talking, I don't know if that's working anymore. That was good for a year. It was good for a year. All right. With the greatest respect or disrespect, I don't care. It is not good for a year if we didn't do anything but sign up for 10 months, just so we could be on the calls, just so we could get the materials, but we didn't put any people in. We didn't add anybody. Lord have mercy. How about the next 6 months? We get our money's worth for the last 12 months, because a lot of people, we've got the numbers. I love you guys. A lot of people signed up, didn't do anything. Signed up the next month, press team. We're the most guilty because we get busy helping our people. We get so busy helping our people. Listen, I don't know if you guys heard the numbers at the beginning. Please. I didn't buy all the way into 841. I'm too busy. Meaning I bought in, I just haven't executed. That's what I meant to say. I haven't executed 841, but holy crap, I'm so busy. And I know there's some people on this call that flew in from other states and stayed with us at the end of the month last month, and they saw it and they were like, holy crap. And it is holy crap, you guys. It is holy crap. It's unreal once you catch the momentum. But you know, the thing about momentum, it's like you're pushing your car uphill and it's going to get harder and harder and harder. And you're like, is this thing ever going to break? But then you get to the top of the hill. You better jump in because I guarantee you it is hard to keep up. But you're going to have to put the work in to get up that doggone hill to get any momentum. And if you can't understand that, ask your uplines, ask your tab teams, ask your press teams. Cuts are hard. Man, cuts are hard, and then they become easy and exciting. And then you want to do it again. Then you do multiple cuts, and then the next thing you know, you're pressing. I promise it works that way. But you know what's hard is getting to the top of that first hill. Go get to that get team. That's all you got to do is gather some people. 841, 841, 841. Man, I don't know if you guys remember the diagram, but 841, you don't catch any dadgum traction until month 4 or 5. If you've ever heard my story, I didn't run 841 to start, but I got 19 frontline in the first 45 days. I had no supervisors at the end of month 2. At the end of month 3, though, we were on fire and we had no supervisors. At the end of month 4, about to blow it open. On the last 2 days, we got 2 supervisors. But man, in month 5, that thing blew open so much. I had 23,000 personal volume points, 21,000 org, and I couldn't keep up with all the people and all the supervisors because we were pushing the doggone car up the hill for 4.5 months. And then when we got to the top, it was a shot down. I want you guys to experience that with 841. I want you guys to lock in. Stop waiting on people to sign up. Go run this thing like it's supposed to be ran. Go get your team to sign up. Go get your team on board. You know what? If they're lost because they're not signed up. Everything's on the app. You can't get enlightened if you never turn the light on. Go sign your people up. Man, I'm telling you, we should have a competition over the next 6 months. Who can get the highest percentage to sign up? I know we can't do that, but in our heads we can, right? To sign up and move the most on 841. And I'm telling you, I can't wait to tell you guys in just a few more months what the results are just from my top 2 lines based on the work we've been doing and the work that's coming in. Man, I can't keep up with it. I want you to be in the same boat where you can't keep up with it. So where you've got Jonathan Weber calling you on the phone saying, hey, man, you need to scale some things. You need to recapture your time. You need to figure out some things that allows you to be in multiple places. And I guarantee you, when you start moving like that, you'll have people calling you like that. Because I didn't deserve or earn those leaders. I worked. And for some reason, that work attracted other people that work. I want the same things for you guys, man. There are mentors in this business that will help you make leaps and bounds at a time. I want to make sure you guys understand if you stick to the plan, 841, do the dadgum work. Stop making excuses. Stop looking for the next magic pill. My goodness. The magic pill is the work. I have no more to say tonight. I'm sure I've said enough. I don't know how much time I have. I don't know anything. Hopefully we had 100 people on here. But is Lauren or Octavio still on the call, or did they quit?
Of course. Of
You didn't
course,
quit?
I'm
I didn't
here.
run you off. That's good.
I would never do that to you.
We got you, brother. We're here.
Hey, so I did not divulge that the 841 is known as the particular plan, but hopefully they caught on. I see in the chat they're blowing up with the 841. So if they can't remember the numbers before they go to bed, if some places, I mean, Justin, we've got a lot on here from Africa. I know we have some on here from India. And so for their time zones, I mean, just you're putting people in check, right? So for my time zone, it's Eastern Standard Time. It's 9:40 p.m. my time. So that means
Wow.
that for the UK, it is 2:40 a.m. For Africa, it
Gosh.
is 3:40 a.m. And for India, it is 7:10 a.m. I believe I did that conversion right. So,
Tremendous.
if they didn't get enough from you, maybe they can also feel a little bit from their peers that are joining us globally. I mean, we've got Latin America in here with a couple different time changes as well. They're an hour before us, 2 hours before us. So I'm fired up. You got a couple questions in there. I'm going to go ahead and encourage those that if you have not dropped your question in the Q&A section, please go ahead and do so. Justin's got a little bit of time so that we can go ahead and answer those live. And I know that he'll give you as much detail as possible. I've dropped a little bit of information in there for you. And if y'all didn't see my message in there, I will drop the strategy plan in the active coaches chats. So that'll be for September and October. So keep a lookout for that. I'll drop that after the call. So your first question is, how do you start a conversation with a complete stranger?
Connection through compliment. It is the oldest technique in the book. Obviously, I don't know who's asking the question because I'm struggling with the Q&A, so you're probably going to have to translate that.
It's okay. It's
I found the
anonymous.
button. I found the button. It's at the top. I got it. Okay. So, women, let me explain this. Women, you guys do it every day. Oh, I love your nails. I love your hair. Where'd you get that outfit? It's a conversation starter, connection through compliment. And then at that particular point in time, anybody who's already fit, we're talking about a challenge, right? People like to meet the challenge. Anybody who's already fit, we start asking, do you work? Hey, do you work out? Where do you work out at? We start talking about their gym, let them brag a little bit. Connection through compliment. They feel good. Then they get to talk about themselves and divulge some things and brag, right? Maybe I should come work out there. We get into conversations that way. And then we tell them, you know what? I'm on a journey as well. And then we can go into, I'm not going to give you every line of an imaginary conversation, but if you can get that far, we have enough even on the app that gets you further. Just use those lines off the app. I don't want to deviate too much because I want everybody to be coached by the same way and then take that skill, polish it, make it your own. But that is connection through compliment. Okay. Did I answer that one?
Yes, that was great. I also dropped because you referenced it and you call it the app. So the WDT Connect app allows you the opportunity to be able to utilize that as a prospecting tool. And we have scripts available in the We Do app in the coach's guide and things of that nature. So there's two different areas you can go for these resources that Justin is referencing to. Okay, so next we have 8 challengers, 4 convert to PMs, and 1 convert to distributor. Is that correct?
It is. But it doesn't have to be converted to PM either. It's converting to its retention is what it is. The 4 is retention, retaining them as PM, getting into the next challenge. But if they retain as PM and they don't get in the next challenge, you're still retaining them as a customer as long as they're ordering. We would love to keep people active in the challenge because healthy, active lifestyle maintains longer than just products. So 8 challengers, 4 retained. Doesn't matter if they're retained to repeat, if they're retained as a preferred member and repeat, just retaining them in your business flow of We Do Transformations, and 1 conversion to a coach.
Okay, and so I just answered one and I put it in the chat for everyone. It says, Point Pal, how do you get started? So I can go ahead and take that one from you. You're going to download either from the App Store or the Play Store. Point Pal will help you in collaboration with your nutrition club and the opportunity to be able to do some different things. It's basically a rewards program. So it geotags for your customers. It allows you to be able to send notifications to them, reminding them to come back and see you. And then you can utilize that within We Do Transformations. So that one's good. Can we see your flyer? I'm not sure what the reference.
My flyer, okay, so I know what you're talking about. You're talking about in the nutrition club when we're talking about the flyer. You can see my flyer. Yep, you can see my flyer on the We Do Transformations app. Here's why. Guys, we don't use any marketing material that We Do Transformation doesn't put out because I want this to be duplicatable. I don't want us to have to spend. The beauty of this challenge is that for $35, my coaches get all of this media, all of this artwork, all of this information already well done up, far beyond what we could produce ourselves, especially in the time frame. We get everything, videos, we get flyers. We just put the flyer up that says uh, the 10,000, dang, you know what? 2 seconds.
There it goes. All right. Well, you go gather your flyer
I got
that's
it.
printed. I'm going to answer this one. So to have it in French, I need someone to volunteer to do it in French.
Can y'all
Hey, I
see
know
that?
that. Mm-hmm.
This is the one.
That's the one.
Okay. Go ahead, Lauren. Starting on it.
It's okay. All right. So marketing materials, additional materials. Coaches, you have access to so many different materials that you can go in. If you've been with us for multiple challenges, you'll have them in those Telegram chats that are still open for you. Okay, so the French question. We want to have a link for chats in French for Canada, for Quebec altogether. Let's not discriminate. We don't want to do it just for Quebec. We want a French chat for anyone that wants to be able to speak and do this in French, right? Great. I love that for you. I need someone to volunteer. So you may message me personally at Lauren Doster. I'll drop that right here. And you can go ahead and let me know that you raise your hand to be my copywriter for French. Any chat that you'd like to have. You want to do a price team, you want to do a coaches, you want to do a challenger, I'll teach you all of them. You want marketing materials in French, I'll help you with some Canva links. We do not want to deter from any language barriers. Okay, it's just a matter of capacity and behind the scenes as to who can own that task. So you don't have to worry about that one. Okay. Apparently Samuel is kind of sort of in the background volunteering. All right, Samuel, message me. I'm waiting. I can't wait. Yes, consistency is the plan 841. That is correct. Got that one. What I need to do to have the link chat directly in the app. You want to have the Telegram chats in the We Do Transformations app. I'll let you put another question in here. Okay, Samuel, I see you. I'll definitely reach out to you. You're doing this in front of 363 people, my guy. So if we've got other people that want to speak French that are on here and then they watch this recording, they're going to want to have that immediately. Just like Justin said, when y'all want it, you want it 2 minutes before you said it. So, okay. Okay, so look, this is not the first time this question has been asked to be able to have the chats directly into the We Do Transformations app, and I'll give you a little bit of behind the scenes for that. So first of all, it's very, very time consuming to be able to build out, to be able to have chats in the We Do Transformations application itself. There's many permissions that we have to request, all the stuff, right? You don't need to know about all that. Basically, the Telegram chat, I don't know if you're a premium user or if you're not. If you're not, I highly encourage you to be able to do that $35.99, which is USD, to invest into your business, and that's annually. The Telegram chat allows you to be able to translate. It's very easy for me to be able to speak to other people in other languages with Telegram. For us to build that into the We Do Transformations app, I'm going to tell you some big companies, some big apps that don't even, you know what? I won't even put them on blast, but they don't have it built into their applications. Okay. So we're a small business, big impact, global momentum. All right. So for us to be able to continue that type of communication, unless you're just a software developer, you do all the things and you already know how to do it. Again, my handle is at Lauren Doster for Telegram. Please reach out to me and I'm happy to utilize your resources so that we can get that to the We Do team. But for the near future, it will definitely stay in Telegram and live in Telegram. If you are asking me this and you are not US based, I understand that there is a hesitation. It's been explained to me numerous times in numerous different ways. If Herbalife didn't have a website for you to be able to visit, to be able to learn the information, would you just stop there and not go to the website because you want the website to be better? You want everything to be right there at your fingertips. You want everything to be accessible all in one spot. I love that you want for it to change, but in order for us to get what we want, we may need to adapt in the meantime before we can create the change. Okay. Sienna was ready. Love this. We're gonna have French soon. Love it. Ooh, and we're coming in with the Chinese language too. Okay, you know what? Everybody, just just message me. Give me your language. Let me know that you want to own this. I love this excitement. This is amazing. When I try to add a client, it says the user does not exist. Okay, so your challenger needs to register. Don't worry, I have a link for that. It is a walkthrough of exactly what your person needs to do. And I can provide you that link here in just a moment. While I find that, I don't know that there's any more that have popped up. If you want to answer those, kind sir.
I don't see any more, but maybe I'm crazy.
Okay. Look at us
I
go
don't see
with
any
a few
more.
minutes there. Okay, so
Oh shoot, I might be going the wrong way. Yeah. I don't
they
see
need
any
to
more.
register for PointPal. Every application that you utilize with us, you need to register. Yes, that is correct. Okay, so for the one where it says, when I try to add a client, it says the user does not exist. I provided you the intercom link to be able to register a challenger. I hope that link helps you. That link is available in 5 languages. Our support team has created that link for challengers, and they've created one for how to register a coach as well. Push notifications for PointPal. You have to change the settings in the application and the settings in your device as well to be able to allow for that to happen. I know that that was a barrier before, but yes, it will allow you to do that. Also, you need to encourage your clients that will be in PointPal to be able to do the same. Okay, love it. Looks like we're going to have Chinese and French soon. So positive. Okay. And the training call in French. Well, I mean, if you want a script of Justin, then yeah, sure. Look, I'm telling you what, if y'all want to, let me do this on camera. If y'all want to do something in a different language, if you feel that your community is not being represented to the best of our ability, we do transformations is who I speak for, then I need for you to raise your hand, and I need for you to let us know. What is it that we're missing? How are we not incorporating you, and how are we not including you? Okay, because that's the last thing I want, is for someone to feel that they are being left out because of a language barrier. They're being left out because translation is not provided. In return, what I will provide you is a little bit of information that if you utilize AI and ChatGPT, those things can happen. The reason why we try not to present so many languages is because if we do all languages possible that Herbalife includes within their business and incorporate all of those countries, we have to have someone to be able to verify that and make sure that we are in agreement and we are always compliant. So there's a lot of muscle that goes behind the project's emphasis. And if you want to be a part of that muscle, I'm happy to have you on my team. So just keep raising your hand. Look, this is one of the only platforms that I know of where you can literally request help. You can raise your hand. You can provide ideas as to what you would like to have change within a platform that's already built, and see the future and the ideas that you have come true in that future. So don't stop mentioning them. Don't stop talking about them. Put them in the coaches chat. Help the other coaches. Let them know what you want. I mean, I see names on here that I know are from the Africa Challenge, and so they've raised their hand. They know what they want. They're doing that in their community, and I know the same for the India Challenge as well. So if you want that in U.S., UK, Canada, Puerto Rico, and Latin America, let us know. Okay, I think you've got time for a couple more. Ready? Inbox you. Yes, love this. So excited. Oh my gosh. We're getting French soon. I can feel it. Same as excitement as my excitement. When will geolocation be implemented in PointPal? I'll ask the dev team. and I can provide a response in the coaches chat when they get back to me. Yeah, I'll take that to our development team and see when we can get that answer for you. Okay, so for Argentina, it is for Latin America. It's for Latam. Yes, you can buy shirts for Canada. Our merchandising partner ships globally, and you make the choice of what your shipment option is to be. If you'd like to utilize USPS or if you want to use DHL, yeah, you can choose that. And if you don't know what that website is, I have that link for you as well.
So, guys, by the way, I'm happy you guys are asking so many questions. They're great, but let's try to stick to questions about what Justin went over and the things that he spoke about. All those other questions, there's always the chat. There's always places where we can ask. Let's not waste Justin's time that he's here. Let's ask him things. Let's ask him. No, whatever he talked about in the training that you might not understand or you might want some more clarity, he can answer. So let's not waste time on questions like regular questions. So
You want to take the one that's in the chat, Justin? Now that the boss has spoken.
you
I don't
just
see
want to
one.
make sure everybody
I just do what I'm told.
I don't see one. Can you read it to me, possibly?
Is it possible to have an option to accept challengers after the window is closed?
Oh, that's definitely a you question.
Because of something. I don't know. There's some misspelling or something. It says because listener. I don't think that's what they mean.
I can help you with that one. I mean, people get enough time frame, so I don't know why we will make an exception. They have more than enough time, and even if they go over the time, there's always the next challenge, so they can just go into the next challenge. So I don't see a reason why we make an exception.
The greatest amount of time that you have to not register someone is 24 hours.
Yeah.
And we're rarely 24 hours down, but that's the greatest amount of time. And when we were, that's because we had no internet service.
Yeah.
You got it, Tracy. Exactly. Thank you. Okay. Justin, what do you use for our STAs?
For what?
It says, Justin, what do you use for our STAs?
I don't know what an STA is. STA is.
Okay, great.
Let me see.
How do you track your numbers? Justin keeps it all in his head.
Pretty much.
Do you have an Excel spreadsheet, Justin?
No, that's Tracy Johnson.
I didn't think so.
I use this. Okay, so what strategies do you use to get challengers repeating? Okay, full transparency. I don't have many challengers repeating because I convert the living crap out of them to coaches. That's just honest. I feel like the challenge was designed when I got involved with it. When Octavio and Jorge spoke to me about getting involved with this, the one thing that I was kind of a jerk about, well, maybe not the one thing, but the thing I was the biggest jerk about was that I didn't want to do a regular freaking challenge if it didn't have built in to convert to distributors, because I believe and have always believed that lack of distributors is our problem. And of course, Jorge said, no, it's lack of customers. So it was great to collaborate with two conflicting mindsets and him actually sway me to realizing we need more customers and vice versa. I think we all rub off on each other over there a little bit. So let's see how you found your duplication process across your team since you're implemented. Our duplication process, honest to goodness, is exactly the same thing that is in the system. We still do the winning conversations, which is on WDT Connect. We're just better at them, so it doesn't take us 5 or 6 days to get to the end and convert people. And we're really great at getting people straight away for coaches, getting people right in the game as coaches, and them getting challengers. So we're always distributor focused, coach focused. I guess would be What's this other one? Is your conversation like introducing people to the challenge in your nutrition club? What is your conversation like when introducing people to the challenge in your nutrition club? Okay. We also, for that question, we also have a recorded call, and it hasn't changed. We have a recorded call that you guys can go back and reference. I'm sure it's on YouTube, but I will tell you, we always do it at checkout. We have the sign that I just showed you guys setting up. If you can't see that, I don't know if you can. And that's literally one of the original signs. It's printed off. It says meal plan supplements, healthy recipes, workout routines, accountability, community, how-to videos, snack guides, and cash prices. And it's sitting there, and we say at checkout, and we check them out, and we check them in on social media. We hold our finger up, and we tell them, don't forget about the $10,000 we're giving away. And we tap on the flyer, and they'll touch it, they'll look at it, they'll ask questions about it. If they dismiss it, I've lost nothing. I've lost nothing. I see them tomorrow. See you tomorrow. They come in, we're going to remind them again until they show an interest in it. And when they show an interest in it, it's very simple. We let them know because we worked so hard. Octavio, Jorge, the gang all worked so hard to make this thing only $120 plus tax, shipping, and handling to enter into the challenge. So all we have to say is multiple ways. First, we say, I don't know if you know this, but if you take what's in your cup, we throw it in a cart, and we teach you how to use it at home, you automatically qualify for this for free. They're already buying it, guys. The Nutrition Club's the cheat code. They're already buying it. And I'm going to teach them how to save money buying it. And I'm going to get them this crap for free so that they can freaking go over here and try to win $1,000 while doing the same journey that they were already on and enhancing it all for free. Not just for free, but for less money than they were already spending. But if they don't like saving money, the good news is we have oh my goodness, whatever it's called, accumulation. Meaning, if we're keeping track of their sales throughout the time period that the challenge opened to when it closes, their purchases, I meant, not sales, their purchases, then once they've reached $120, they automatically qualify as well. We have a tracker system for that, but I don't think we have time to teach that tonight. But that basis, we can all be creative enough in the Nutrition Club to figure that out. Is that a good enough answer, Lauren?
That's great.
So
We only got a
guys,
couple
let me answer one last question. And I usually don't do this. I don't like to answer anonymous questions from people that I don't even know who they are, or I don't even see them. But it's fine. I want to answer this question, and I want you guys to understand a couple of things. The question is, my president is asking me to not do what we do because he doesn't understand or he doesn't like what we do. Okay, that's a fair question. That's fine. So let me tell you a couple of things. I remember when I started Herbalife, my parents told me not to do it. They told me not to do Herbalife. Guess what? They now are retired. They now don't work. They don't pay for a house. They don't pay for a car. They live the best life they ever lived. And that's because I stayed and I did Herbalife. Now, not saying that they did it in a bad way. I'm just saying they knew better. They thought it was something bad. They didn't have enough information. So what I'm trying to get is, it's a fair question. It's a fair, if your president is telling you not to do it, it's a couple of things that I can tell you. First of all, you have to ask him, okay, why don't you want me to do it? It has to have a valid reason. And at the end of the day, guys, if you think it's right for you, if you think that it's going to grow your business, if you think this is what you need to do to get to the next level, we are independent distributors. So we get to do whatever we want. Yes, we listen to our sponsors, we listen to our mentors, but at the end of the day, it's a decision that you have to do by yourself. It's a decision that only you can decide. And I'll let you talk, Justin, but only you can decide. Now, one thing that I always good at about it is I don't take, I guess, I don't listen to people that maybe don't have the results that I'm looking for. I don't listen to people that just, not because they have a pin or a bigger pin means, yeah, we respect the pin, but it doesn't mean that they know better. So saying that, just make sure if it has a valid reason, then we can talk about it. And if you want to tell your press team to reach out to Octavio, to reach out to me, to yours, then hey, by all means, I'm willing to talk to whoever it is and see what's the problem and see why he doesn't like it. And if it's something that he doesn't like it because he doesn't like the people or something, that's not a valid reason. If he doesn't like it because he thinks it doesn't work, if he can prove it, then hey, by all means, that's what we're here for. So at the end of the day, you have to decide if it's good for you or not. Like I said, if I would have listened to my parents, I wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be retired. They wouldn't have the house they have. They wouldn't have the car they have. So just wanted to say that.
All right, I want to jump in on that question before you get rid of it, okay? Guys, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on this, okay? But here's what I want to say to you. What if I told you that one of the people I respect the absolute most in this business and one of the top transformation coaches in the world did not have the support of their upline president's team pins? And it was one of the most brutal things that that individual went through to decide that this is something that's good for me and my team. And the result that that person has gotten has been, I'm just going to let y'all know, if you've been part of this at all, that person has inspired you, I guarantee it. So sometimes we have to decide, and we have to we have to have conversations, and that person had conversations, and then went ahead and, lucky for me and my business and my team, that person went ahead and went with We Do Transformations. And I also want you to know that the opinion has changed of the people above that person at this point. So guys, follow the steps that Octavio is saying, but understand, keep hope in your heart, because if it's good and it's right, it will work out if you work.
Thank you, Justin. And guys, I
Yes,
think
sir.
it's been a great call. I took a lot from it. I hope you guys take a lot from it. Justin always dropped the mic. So guys, all I can say is, and I said it last week, and Justin technically is what he said. Guys, you got to get to work. It doesn't matter whatever tool you use. If you want to use, we do. If you don't want to use, we do. It doesn't matter. But if you don't work, it doesn't work. So just like Justin was saying, remember what you were doing a year ago. Remember what you were doing 2 years ago. Were you getting the results you wanted? No. Now, are you getting the results you wanted from We Do? Then you have to look into yourself. It's the actual tool, or it's a you? Because one could be wrong. Yeah, you can do one thing, it's wrong. Two things, okay, I'll let it slide. Three things, then it's not the tool or whatever you're doing. It might be you. So get to work. Don't put any excuses. Building something big, building a press team takes a while. And sometimes it will take years. It took years for us. But let me tell you, it was worth it. And with these two, I think that time frame can be shorter if you actually work and if you actually put in the work. Because it's not just sign up, do this, and think that it's going to come and knock on your door. No, you have to put in the work. I can give you the perfect plan, the perfect everything. I can give you leads. I can give you the people, and you still will not get to press if you don't do the work. So do the work. That's all I can say.
Get your people signed up and let's do it together. All right.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Good night.
Thanks, Justin.
Good night.